All right, why goal setting is important for weight loss. That's our topic tonight. For my patients, they're very used to this because I always tell them to set goals, and I always tell them to set big-ass goals. And a lot of times I never tell them why I tell them to set big-ass goals, so they're probably wondering, but Dr. Vuong, that's so unrealistic. That's so unrealistic. Can I have an amen from my patients if I ever told you to set this unrealistic goal and you're like, I can't do that? Well, tonight I'm going to tell you why that's important. All right? I set goals all the time. I spent the first hour of my morning this morning on my birthday setting goals. I totally rewrote all my goals for my next year, my 43rd year of life. Now you all know how old I am. And it took me an hour because I really had to focus and think about what I was wanting to do. And here's the reason why you need to set big-ass goals. It's not to achieve the goals. People think, oh, I want to become a millionaire. That's a good goal. And it's easy to become a millionaire. You know, it's a number, you can measure it. And sounds neat to be a millionaire, but that's not really the reason. People set goals like, oh, I want to be in Wonderland, 199 pounds. Why? Well, because that'd be cool to say. You know, I used to be 300 pounds, now I'm in Wonderland. And it seems pretty obvious to set that goal. But that's not really the reason why you set the goal. It's not the achieving of the goal that's important. It's not the achieving of the goal that's important. And here's what if you're taking notes, this is the reason why you need to set big-ass goals to lose weight. It's because of the person that you become in trying to achieve those goals. That's the key. It's the person that you become in trying to achieve those goals. That's important. It's okay that you don't achieve them. But what you'll see at the end of the journey is that you've become a different person. And that's key. So for example, I set the goal to have 1 million hearts. So keep tapping your screen. 1 million hearts by my birthday, which is me. Which is today. And I didn't hit my goal. And people say, well, you know, I'm so sorry, Dr. Vuong, you didn't hit your goal. You must be disappointed. Better luck next time. Now you know what's possible. And next time you can set a more realistic goal. And I say, F that. You know, so, because the reality is, I've hit 600,000 hearts. And I did it in 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks with 800 followers. Now, if you spend some time on Periscope, you can click on other people's profiles they might have 5,000 followers and they have 10,000 hearts or 100,000 hearts. So, I don't feel bad. I think this was a great, huge success. I mean, it is amazing, amazing to get 600,000 hearts in 2.5 weeks. But it wasn't the achieving of the goal that was important. It was the person I've become. Because I've learned. I challenged myself. I mean, to be dedicated enough to try to do a Periscope video every night with a surgeon schedule was a big commitment. And there were times I wanted to give up. There were times I didn't want to do the broadcast. What am I going to talk about tonight? What am I going to do? I mean, I got nothing to say. It's always the same stuff. I always tell them the same things. Eat big-ass salads and fruits and vegetables. They can't learn anything from me. But every time I do a broadcast, I always get these great comments and feedback that somehow I touched someone's life. I said something, you know, so that makes me better. Just knowing this makes me better. Just knowing that I can speak well enough that you guys get my message makes me better. Just knowing that I didn't give up makes me better. Just knowing that I could block people who said rude comments, which I didn't know at the beginning, makes me better. So it's the same when you're setting goals for your weight. It's not important. I repeat, it is not important that you achieve that weight loss goal. The importance is in the big person that you become. If you set a big-ass goal for your weight loss, something that people would say, oh, that's not realistic, or something that you might even say, I don't want to be 130 pounds, I'll look sickly. But trust me, when you're 5 foot tall, 130 pounds is not sickly, you know. But that's our own minds, it's our own limitations. And what you'll see is if you push yourself and you challenge yourself and you set these big-ass goals, you're going to become a different person. You're going to try new things. You've got to try new things if you want to make those goals. You're going to learn new skills. You're going to learn to cook. You're going to learn to cook differently than you ever did before. You're going to learn to eat new things that you didn't think you liked before. You're going to learn new recipes. You're going to learn new exercises. You're going to learn new ways to up your walking or bicycling or things that you've enjoyed that you never enjoyed before. And, you're going to make new friends. You're going to start hanging out with different people. And you're going to start seeing the world differently. You're going to start thinking about the world differently. And you're going to start saying, this is possible. See, the old you would have said, no, that's not realistic. It's too hard. But when you set goals and you push yourself, you become a different person. And you start to slowly say, it is possible. I am doing it. And the realization at the end of it all, and here's the key, you realize you're a different person. That's what setting big-ass goals will do for you. It'll make you into a bigger, badder person, badass person. Because I'm not the same person I was when I started this 2.5 weeks ago. I'm better. I've changed. I'm different. I've learned new things. I stayed persistent. I proved to myself that I could do it. And I proved that it was worthwhile. What I was doing was touching lives, which is my core mission, is to spread this message about patient education and to touch lives and make a difference. Our time on this earth is so short, and I feel this utter drive to touch as many lives as possible. So I set this big-ass goal, 1 million hearts in 2.5 weeks. It's just not, it's pretty stinking difficult, but we did it. I mean, we did more than what would have been expected. 600,000. Most people have said, I'll shoot for 100,000 hearts in 2.5 weeks. That would have been realistic. You see what I'm saying? That would have been realistic. But I didn't want to be realistic. I wanted 1 million hearts. And it got me 600,000 hearts. But more importantly, it made me a better person. It made me better. I'm better today than I was 2.5 weeks ago. And I'm better at 43 than I was when I was 42. And that's what I want for you. That's what I want your life to be like. I want you to think that way and touch lives and set big goals and do great things and talk big and grand and then go do it. Go get after it. Setting goals is so important for weight loss, not because you achieve that goal, not because you fit into that bikini, not because you're 100 pounds or that you're more fit. It's because you're a different person. It's because you're a better person because of the trying of the goal. All right? So, go out there and set some big-ass goals. Make your life count. Thank y'all very much. That's the